permission. Stop saying no to your ideas. Your ideas are valid. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite dimmailoka. For those of you that are seeing me for the first time, I am a content creator that makes video talking all about God, finances, self-development, and sharing my unique journey with all of you. All this to make you and I better people. So if these are the things that you are interested in, please hit the subscribe button and join the family. We are so happy to have you around. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys some vital lessons that I learned in my 20th year. I've been meaning to make this video and upload it on my 21st birthday, but as Ecclesiastes 9 verse 11 says, the swift does not always win the race, nor the mighty always win the battle, nor the wise always have food, nor those that are knowledgeable always have success, but time and unexpected events overtakes it all. So time and unexpected events overtook it by that I couldn't shoot this video. I couldn't make it when I wanted to make it. And if you want to know more about what I'm talking about, you can go watch one of my previous videos, life updates, where I really shared about what has been going on since the first half of 2024. So with that being said, let's get right into this video. The first lesson I learned is obviously God, and I'm super excited about my journey with him. Just like Denzel Washington once said, I never stuck with God all the time, but God stuck with me. And I'm so proud of my relationship with him because I've been through different phases in my life. I've encountered difficulties. I've been in times when I'm just, chilling, life's good and all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm still with him. And I can tell you, if you stick with God, if you accept him in your life, everything is going to be smooth. Like I promise you that. It's not easy, but walking through difficult times, when you have someone beside you, it's so overwhelming. Like it solves half of the problem. Okay, our next stop is taking it easy with myself. I'm the type of person that is always hard on herself. An incident that happened recently that I want to share with you guys so that you can understand what I mean by taking it easy with myself. Like I shared in one of my previous videos, life updates, when I went to school and how hard I need to work, to keep up with my academic and every other thing. So I can remember vividly well, whenever I come back home from class, I just take an hour or two to sleep, and then I'll start reading till the middle of the night. So most times when I read to the middle of the night, when I'm praying, I will sleep off. So this happened the first time, and in the morning when I woke up, I beat myself. I was so hard on myself. I cursed myself, like I was so hard on myself, and that happened a couple of times. Then one day when I was hitting myself so hard, I think I would say the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and he was like, what if God is really proud of you? Even though you are going through one of the most challenging times of your life, trying to keep up with your education, every other thing, what if God is really proud of you? And that really spoke to me. Most times we are so hard on ourselves. We are like, we should have gotten this done, we should have done this, we should have done that, we should have this in place, we should have that in place. But what if God is really proud of you in that difficult times? What if what you just need is to just take it easy with yourself? During my 20th year, I learned that to take it easy with myself. My 20th year is really, really important to me because that was when, first of all, biologically, I transitioned from teenagehood to adulthood. And secondly, also, that was when I left rock bottom. That period of my life when I was at rock bottom is so important to to me, because that was where the major shifts in my life happened. Okay, so in my 20th year, I learned to take it easy with myself and know that God is proud of me. Okay, at the end of the day, God is the rewarder of our labor. We are not achieving success because of how hard we worked. No, it's because of how merciful God is. Okay, so this is a call for you. This is an advice to young women. Take it easy with yourself. The next thing I learned is to take breaks. I'm not the type of person to take breaks. I can't be chilling, resting when I have work to do. I'm not that type of person. I must complete my task. And with life, tasks never ends. As far as you are working, it doesn't end. Working doesn't end. The only time I do take breaks is when I am completely exhausted. That is when I take breaks. But in my 20th year, I learned to take breaks. Okay, because when I went to rock bottom, I have to, whether I like it or not, to take a break from everything, mentally, emotionally, everything. And it's good to take breaks. Okay, when you take break, when you are coming back, more lively, recharged, happier, and you are going to do your job well. But when you don't take breaks, it's really going to affect you. It's going to affect your mental health. You're going to be stressed out and a whole bunch of things. So my advice to young women is take breaks. I know you have a lot of things to do. I know you want to achieve, smash goals, cross a milestone, and all of those things. But it is equally important to take care of that body that is doing all the work. Your brain, doing the thinking, your mind, your heart, your body, and every other thing. It's good to take breaks. And that is what my 20th year taught me. The next step, which is also one of my favorites, is to start giving myself permissions. I'm not the type of person to really give myself permission all the time. Most times I want to do some things and then I'm like, no, you are not cut out for this. No, you are not qualified yet. For example, when I started public speaking in my YouTube channel, when I started talking about, God, self-development, finances, and all these things, when I started talking about them, I felt like I wasn't qualified. In fact, it was a friend that pushed me to start doing all these things. He was like, you can do it. You have a lot of things to share. Why don't you? But all those times I was like, when I attain a certain level, when I have certain things, when I reach certain age, when I have this, when I have that, then I can be comfortable to share my knowledge with the world. But it is not always like that. God gave each and every one of us gifts. Yes. So it's about you to give yourself permission to unlock your potential. It's about to give yourself permission to start doing things you should be doing. Give yourself permission. Stop saying no to your ideas. Your ideas are valid. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Okay? This point is pretty much important to me. Like, if not the most important to me here, because I'm the one that never gives myself permission. But my 20th year taught me to give myself permission. Starting all this series that I'm running in my channel really pushed me, and I found out that we are not actually waiting for anything. Just like Ecclesiastes says, just plant your crops. Don't wait for the perfect season. How do you even know when the perfect season comes? So give yourself all the necessary permission you need to be the best version of yourself, to go out there and achieve. Okay? Our next step is to never stop dreaming. I learned this from Kylian Mbappe, the French footballer. I'm the type of person that normally dreams. Like, I have big dreams, even at a very young age. I have big dreams on what I want to achieve, what I want to be, what I want to do. But most times when I work on them, or when they seem too far from me, when I reach a certain stage in my life and I haven't yet accomplished what I set out to do, I will be disappointed. And at a time, I stopped dreaming. Yes, I think when I was 18 or 19, I really stopped dreaming. I retired. I was like, whatever whatever life is throwing at me, let me just take it like that. There's no reason, there's no need for me to dream. But when I reached my 20th year, and being at rock bottom and everything, I was like, you know what, girl, you have to dream. With the lessons, with everything I've seen in life, never stop dreaming. Just like Kylian Mbappe said, you should never stop dreaming. Of course, you have to work. Of course, you have to sacrifice. But the most important thing is to dream. Dream big. It is free. It is comfortable. Don't you love living in your imaginary world? Don't you? Dream big. Our dreams are like blueprints on what we want to build, what we want to achieve. Okay? So this is an important one. Never stop dreaming. Don't retire early like I did. In my teenage years, I felt like there's no need to dream again. Like, what the hell? I haven't even experienced life and I've given up on my dreams. So this is a call for you to never stop dreaming. Our next stop is gratitude. You all know that I say this in almost all my videos. Gratitude. Just be grateful. Be grateful for who you are, what you have. See yourself as a privileged person. Just like Muniba Mazari said, when you think your glass is half empty, your glass is also half full. It depends on how you see it. How do you see yourself? So my 20th year taught me to be grateful for what I have, what I can be. Remember, you can always have more and you can also have less. Our next step is to accept the pace I am moving. Like I said earlier, I've really had these expectations of what I want to be, at every stage in my life, academic-wise, content creation-wise, life in its entirety. I've always had this dream, this dream on where I have to be at certain age. For example, I left high school at 16 and I used to think before the age of 21 I've actually grabbed my first degree. But look at me here, I'm just starting off. Content creation wise, when I started creating content, I felt like by this time I must have attained a certain level, subscribers, views and all of those. But look at us, we're still building. Location, I've never thought that at this age I will still be here, in this environment. But look at me, I'm still here. So one thing that I've learned is to accept the pace I am moving. At the end of the day, like I said earlier, God is the rewarder of every labor. Just like Ecclesiastes 9 verse 11 said, the swift does not always win the race. Take time. The mighty does not always win the battle. The wise does not always have food. Times and unexpected events overtakes it all. Be flexible. Life will always happen. We have our own dreams. We have what we want to do, but God also has plans for us. We have our own plans. God has his own plans for us. Why don't you be flexible? In my traditions, we have what we call folk tales, where we tell stories, imaginary stories that are not even possible. So I can remember that we normally use one particular animal for these stories, the tortoise. We all know that the tortoise is slow, but most times he's able to deceive the elephants, the lions, the dog, like even all these fast animals. He's able to deceive them and win. But it's like in a negative sense though, but how can the tortoise defeat the elephants? So you can see that life isn't actually exactly how it seems to be. Be flexible, okay? Accept the pace you are moving. This is a very important one because we are living in a fast-paced world right now. Like, I feel like I'm not even keeping up with the pace the world is moving right now. So it's okay. It's very, very necessary to accept the pace we are moving. The next step is stop being scared of failure. I've battled with this a lot. Like, I hate failing. In my life, I hate working on something and after working on that, I fail. Like, what the hell? I hate failing. But as I advance in life, I've seen that failure is part of us. We have to fail. And if you want to learn more about failure, if you think you are failing right now, you need some encouragement, you need some reassurance and all of that, I have a video dedicated to talking about failure. Okay, after watching that video, I assure you that your mindset will definitely change. So just like Chadwick Boseman said, the struggles along the way are meant to shape you. No one made it without failing. Name them. Name your favorite celebrities, great people. Name them. All of them failed at something. Okay? And this is something that's really difficult for me to come to terms with. I hate failing. Guys, I hate failing. But my 20th year taught me that I shouldn't be scared. Let me just put myself out there. And since then, I've been living like that, and it's really been paying off. Our next stop is be open to change. Just like Chino Achebe once said, changes are rarely called for or justified, but we keep making them. Just like the popular saying, change is the only constant thing in life. But a few days ago, my dad really said something to me that even though that people say that change is the only constant thing in life, but most times changes are not constant. Yes, let's take human beings for example. It's very difficult for us to change. Yes, and the more we age, the more difficult it becomes. Change is not always constant. So one thing I've been teaching myself over the years is to be open to change. Yes, to be open to change. I have my own plan. God has his own plan for me. So if I am not adaptive, if I can't change, then I'm not worth living. So be open to change. Our next stop is to show up for myself. We pull up for every other person except ourselves. We understand our friends, our family, other people except ourselves. We pity other people. We understand how this person is going through hard times except ourselves. We don't really show up for ourselves. Show up for yourself. If it means acquiring that degree, getting that skill, healing, just make sure that you show up for yourself. Okay? The next step is living a set apart life. My 20th year taught me to embrace the times I don't fit in, to take responsibility of myself. If you really want to make an impact, if you really want the world to hear your voice, you have to take responsibility for yourself. You have to embrace the times you don't fit in. Okay? You don't have to let your guards down. You don't have to lower your standards so that you can fit into that group of people. You know that your ideology and that of the other person or the other people does not align. Why are you forcing it? Why are you putting off your life so that it doesn't affect the view of others? No. My 20th year taught me to stand up for myself, even if it means standing up alone. The next one is focusing on what I have. I've really talked a little bit about this in one of my previous videos. When I wanted to start my YouTube channel, I thought about all the things I do not have. I need, cameras, this, that, specific gears, and all of that. And all the time I was waiting to have these things, I could not have them. Yes, even when I started at a time, I stopped because I felt like I need more things. But God taught me to use what you have. Just like when Jesus Christ broke the 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes. The disciples were like telling him, Master, these people are hungry, there's nowhere to get food. He was like, what do we have? What we don't have doesn't matter. Yes. Christ was like, what do we have? And when I learned about this, it was very difficult for me. Matter of factly, God used a friend to teach me this. He was like telling me, just start. I was like, no, I need this, I need that. But when I started, I was enjoying it. And since then, I've been living my life like that. I want to do this, okay? What do I have to achieve this? I know I want all those things. I know that if I want my journey to be smooth, I know that if I want to achieve more with content creation, I know I need more. But right now, what do we have? I saw an excerpt from a podcast where a guy talked about the reason why Satan was able to get Adam and Eve. The reason why he was able to tempt them and get them was because they focused on their lack. Yes, they did not have access to that particular tree, but they have variety of fruits to choose from. But that one they lack, that particular one they lack. They can't hold themselves, and that's why we are living like this today. So my 20th year taught me to focus on what I have, use what I have to achieve, because at the end of the day, all we need is within us. And next up is, it is okay to start all over again. Rock bottom taught me this. When I went to rock bottom, everything crashed. I shared the story here. It was difficult for me to start all over again. But guess what? I did. And it's worth it, guys. It's worth it. Never stop putting yourself out there, okay? If you fail 7 times, get back up 8 times. It will all worth it at the end. And next up is, stop worrying and do your best. Guys, just do your best. God is the rewarder of our labor, okay? Stop worrying if that will pay off or not. I've said this before. I saw a quote from a very great person. She said, no one knows exactly what they are doing. Not the one with the big degrees, not these great people, not your favorite celebrities. No one actually knows what they are doing. We all are trying out loudly and failing loudly, okay? Just do your best and leave the rest for God. And next up, which is also my favorite, is to start living in the moment. Social media was invented to keep us all connected, but the question is, are we actually connected? I don't think so. We are all caught up in our phone, liking, viewing, and dreaming, looking at other people's life. When there are people around us that we aren't even looking at their lives, we aren't paying attention to our loved ones, our support system. We are all caught up in our phones. Recently, I've been working on this a lot. I and my sister, I think about 3-4 times in a week, we usually have these movie nights. Sometimes I will download a movie in my own phone, or she will do, and then in the night we watch it together. And most times I have work to do. I'm like, no, let's just do this. I put, having conversations with my family first. All those evenings where we all sit in the sitting room watching television, watching the news, watching football, or just having conversations. I don't joke with those times, because I've started to value them more now, because I know that the world, we all are actually losing the connections we have with people around us. We are just all focused on ourselves, and people we see on social media is where we put all our focus on. That is where we spend all our time on. The people around us, we pay little or no attention to them. So start living in the moment, okay? The next step is, be optimistic. Let me tell you one thing. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative will. Yes, be optimistic. You are going for that job interview. See yourself as someone who has already gotten the job. Be optimistic. That's a quote that has kept me going in difficult times recently. The quote says, don't look at your storm and look at yourself. Look at your storm and look at God. Because when you look at things that are ahead of you and look at yourself, you will start to feel, oh God, God, I'm not qualified for this. How can I achieve this? How can I break this addiction? How can I get over this? But when you look at your storm and look at God, you know that God has all the power. You know that God is bigger than your storm. Okay? Be optimistic. Another one which, as I'm about to say this, I'm also saying this to myself again. A bad day is not a bad life. Yes, I'm the type of person that whenever I have a bad day, I tend to hate myself so much. I tend to hate myself. I'm like, God, I hate my life. Like, I curse myself. I'm so hard on myself. I feel like nothing is ever going to get better. I feel like, that's my lot, you know? That's my lot. But a bad day is not a bad life. Let's work with that, okay? We will all have challenges, but a bad day is not a bad life. Our next thought is to be confident in my abilities. Guys, even till this time, I think I'm still struggling with this. Most times when I create something, when I come up with something, I feel like, it's not really worth it, you know, it's not really special. But when I tell people about it, they're like, wow, oh, you did this? Wow, I watched your video. God, I'm so impressed. I did this. Wow, I saw this side of you. Wow. And then I'm like, are you guys sure you're talking about me? Like, are you sure? And the reason why I'm behaving like that is because I'm not confident in my abilities. Yes, I know that I'm good at some things. Most times when I look back at things that I've done, I'm so proud of myself, but why can't I just be confident in my abilities? Guys, this, I really have to work so hard on this. Be confident in your abilities, okay? Be confident. You are good with crafts, you are good with putting things together with your hands. Be confident with it. You are good at public speaking. Be confident with it. You are good at math. Be confident. Like, show off for yourself in it and show off. Okay? Our next step is to stop worrying about who might or not like my videos. I struggled with this a lot, and matter of factly, I've even talked about this in one of my previous videos. You know, when I have to create content, I'm like, oh, will people like this? Will people like that? But with life's experiences, I've seen that it is not even in a position to think about that. Whether they like it or not, that is their problem. Put yourself out there, okay? At the end of the day, you are the one that will pay your bills. At the end of the day, whatever you are working on, if it pays off, all those people who criticize you will all come. Success brings friends. Success brings people closer to us. So focus on getting that success and not on who might like or not like what you do. That's their own problem, okay? Guys, I know I'm a bit harsh right now, but it is what it is. The last on our list is doing YouTube. Embarking on this journey taught me a lot. Like, I can't really overstate all I've learned on my journey here. And I appreciate every one of you for sticking with me, for watching these videos. You know, every view, every comment, every like that I get, I'm so grateful. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all you do, clicking my videos like, guys. I'm so overwhelmed, okay? So please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel, guys, and it helps me as well. I really have a lot of content here that can help you on your journey with God, on leveling up your finance game, on being the best version of yourself, okay? Make sure that after watching this video, you go watch that also. See your favorite, dimmailoka, and it's been great with you guys. Until next time, don't forget to stay positive and stay cheeky.